Testing, testing, one, two, three. Hello, everyone. We're back for day two. Today, I want to talk about finance. I have been in the finance space for almost 5 years now, and I don't think I really imagined myself being here, or maybe I did. I was fascinated by money from when I was a kid playing RuneScape, from uh, when I was in Malaysia and the financial crisis of 2008 2009 hit. I was fascinated by that. I used to be in the science stream, and everybody wanted me to study science in my family, but I decided that I want to understand business, economics, and money. Um, so I left the science stream in high school and went in to study money, finance, business, accounting. It was the first time I actually got a D. I'd always been an A student, but then trying to study accounting and wrap my head around this human construct that we created. I got D's for a while until I really put my back into it and figured out how to. I figured out the basics, figured out the fundamentals, and once you get the fundamentals of accounting, I think you can really it just grows out from there. That given, once you get into like regulations, law, taxation, like even more, it just adds more shit on top of the base, and it just gets worse. But yeah, that's where my exploration of money and finance, I think, started, inspired by the financial crisis of 2008. Islamic finance in Malaysia was really taking off, and had been sturdy during that crisis time. And I've been really looking for an answer to like, why did we mess up so bad in 2008 2009? What is the solution? What are the ways around it? And came across Keynesian economics, monetary theory, read up all the books I could get my hands on, and nothing seemed to click. Everything seemed to like explain why it happened, but no one really offered a different solution. So until I came across the so I'm just going live on Instagram. Don't know if that will work, but okay. So until I came across Austrian economics and Bitcoin, it was like the dark parts of the internet. The white paper was released. Like I was in the early. I was looking for this as a solution, and I was like an angel user. If you're a founder, Um, of course, I didn't have the money or the equipment or the technical know-how to be able to capitalize on that and start mining it in the early days. By the time I finally got around to Bitcoin, I was back in I was in university. I was 19. I was in Vancouver, 2014. I went and knocked on someone's door, gave him $200 cash to get half a Bitcoin. And ever since then, it's been very good to me. Now I've not held on to that Bitcoin since way back when, but I've always made money, and I've always been looking for ways to continue bringing the benefits and advantages of a sound money system. Now we can dig into sound money system another time, but you know something that's not fiat, that's not debt based. I wanted something that's a hard asset that we can actually bring our economies and finances back to. And I guess that's what got me into cars. I have another story with cars, but I've been looking for ways to bring the ethos and the fundamentals of a Bitcoin economy or an asset-backed economy, to life. Um, and boy, has it hard. Like, it's so easy to get debt, to get money, to borrow money from the bank, pay interest. I mean, even trying to raise a fund, it's like trying to explain to people the asset mechanics and how, oh, we're going to protect you with the asset. People don't want the asset. People are like, listen, I just borrowed this money at 6%. I want to lend it to you at like 12%, and then you make whatever else you want on top. I don't want to hear about any asset. Like, we've been so hardwired in the past 100 years to like just think like that. And to be honest, it's been quite frustrating. Like the past 5 years of just grinding away at finding a solution. Like Muslims get it. Like Muslims really want this. They want to live without interest. They want to, um, you know, abide by the principles and fundamentals and finances and clean up their finances and their belief, right? Um, and my whether it's my naivete or my the fact that it was my first startup, like I think there's been a lot of yeah, I've had a lot of resistance. It takes time. It does take time to really build funds, build an asset. I've talked to some awesome people like Mr. Naushad of Sharia Portfolio and the guys in Australia. I can't recall the name right now. um Hijaz, yes. So like these are billion-dollar like asset managers in Islamic finance, and these guys have been scraping the the streets. Like they've been at it for like 10, 20 years. Aya Financial, even Menzel's been at it for a while, and I like lots of kudos to them, but it's tough. um I'll also mention Wahed. Similar story. They've just really been pounding the pavement, and trying to bring solutions that are more core to our beliefs to everybody, right? Um, to Muslim beliefs anyway. But we're not alone in this world. Like Muslims who actually even care about having their finances be halal. It's actually a very small portion of people, because it's like that just works. It just works the way it does in the world. And honestly, like I've come to say that there's nothing wrong with that. Like the world does work. You can eat, you can go, you can do what you need to, study, whatever. Um, but we could always do better. And I think trying to create something better does not come out of trying to make something previously wrong. I think it just involves showing it's like there's nothing wrong riding horses, but it's better to drive a car. I think that's the approach that's been instilled in me over the past few years. So I don't know how much I want to go on and ramble today. I want to leave some more for later, but that's just a brief introduction to where and how I got into finance, and um, what's been the inspiration. And I want to continue really talking about this, about bringing the impact and ethos of Bitcoin, you know um, yeah, Muslim beliefs, and at least their financial beliefs. And it's actually universal. It's more than Muslims, but that's the spirit of where I come from, and bring that to everybody. Let everybody stop driving their uh debt laden life. Like use debt. Keep using keep paying interest. If it works for you, it works for you. If you need a house, you need a house. But I would love for the world to evolve, to work on something better, because I think the tools are there, the technology's there, the ethos are there, the communities are there. Bitcoin holders, um, in general, are just huge believers in this, and in some ways, they actually have more capital that's willing to be put at risk, because they've just made a lot of wealth in the past 10 years as well. So my question really, I think I'll continue tomorrow or in the coming days. I have 3,000 days lined up to do this, but I want to bring the impact and ethos of Bitcoin, hard assets, being debt free, to everybody through real world impact, real world assets. You should be able to, you know, buy a car for the same cost of capital or even cheaper, because you have Bitcoin. It shouldn't cost you more. And I'll dig into more details another time. Thank you for listening today.